there might become a bit of an issue with the new explosives that have been added in DayZ 1.18. Before we get into the video, I want to say that I'm a big fan of this update. I do like all the new explosives that they've added on the grenade launcher. They are really, really cool. I'm not hating on this update at all. I'm just concerned that with all the available options now for base building, that this might become a little bit too easy to be able to raid bases, if that makes sense. So with the release of 1.18 and with these new explosives and the new grenade launcher and stuff, a lot of people have been talking about base raiding in DayZ. Now, before this update came out, the only way to be able to raid a base was you could use tools like sledgehammers, axes, stuff like that, but it would take about half an hour to get through a wall. Or you could use bullets and grenades to either shoot the wall down or blow the wall up. A lot of people have always said that even doing this way of raiding was, very easy. All you needed to get through one wall was about 5 to 6 grenades, and you needed about 3 or 4 magazines from like an M4 or an AK to be able to get through a wall. And yesterday I made a video testing the new explosives on vanilla walls, and we noticed that you can still blow up walls with grenades and shoot them with bullets, which we kind of found a bit odd. When I heard the teaser that I made a video on a couple of days ago with the audio clip that was hinting at a grenade launcher coming to DayZ, in that video I did say that this has to be, or more than likely is going to be, a new way of base raiding in DayZ. And while that is correct, you still have the old way of base raiding in DayZ as well, which I don't think makes a lot of sense. Personally, I would like to see shooting gates and dropping grenades at gates to be disabled and it doesn't do any damage to the buildings whatsoever. And I'd like to see base raiding be only done with the new explosives like the IED, the plastic explosives, and the grenade launchers only. This to me would make base raiding a bit more of a grind for the player that's trying to get through the base, but then it would also give it a bit of a challenge to the base builder to be able to build a base that is far more impenetrable than they probably would have done beforehand. Now, we all know that DayZ's base building isn't the greatest, it's very basic, you could probably say, and I've made a video on DayZ's base building before where I've kind of ranted about it. I'm not going to go through that in this one again. And what me and a load of other people have been saying in the community is that there has to be some type of base building update on the way. It doesn't really make sense for them to add all these new base raiding tools when base raiding is already so easy in the first place. Some people have also said that maybe these new explosives like the IED and stuff and claymores are there for the new vehicle engine that's coming in, so they could, disable vehicles easier. That I could see. But I definitely think DayZ does need to do a base building update soon, whether that be just strengthening the walls that are already in the game, a complete base building overhaul altogether. It'd be interesting to see what happens with update 1.19, or unless they have more planned for update 1.18 that they're going to add in a couple of weeks or days time. But it is definitely a concern, and I just hope that the DayZ devs do have something planned to, make it so base raiding is more balanced in general, because right now it is incredibly unbalanced with having all these options available for base raiding. With how difficult it is to find, the plastic explosives, and the grenade launchers are not that difficult to find. They spawn at like Northwest and Tissy and stuff like that. But you do still have to kind of loot a lot to be able to find all the grenades you need to blow into a base. I just hope that they fix something before this update fully releases to stable branch. Personally, I think if they were to add a new base building update, the base game of DayZ would be pretty much complete. It doesn't need to be the most complicated base building system in the world, but if they had a nice base building system where we could build a base in a forest, it had a roof, it had a floor, maybe stairs, all that stuff, and windows that we'd be able to build, would be really cool. And then having, the new explosives to be raidable only would also be really cool. It would give that nice balance in the game. And with how good DayZ Vanilla has been becoming since, I would say, update 1.14, when the toxic zones have been added, a lot of players and streamers and content creators ended up going back to vanilla style servers. Personally, I do prefer the more vanilla style. Vanilla isn't obviously perfect, but I think with something like this new explosive raiding and new base building system, and when they get the new vehicles added, it's going to be interesting to see where they take these new updates in the coming rest of the year. More than likely certain the devs are aware of how many options there are for base raiding, and I'm more than likely certain they have a plan in place to be able to nerf base raiding in DayZ. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next coming update. But otherwise than that, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below, and until then I shall catch you guys next one. So peace out for now.